Alright, so y'all might have not seen any content whatsoever, and so far that's been due to a multitude of reasons. Being, I'm on vacation right now. B, work is actually getting much more of a tighter schedule, which is a blessing in these times, but also occurs when you're trying to work on a bunch of video production things. College is starting on the 28th, and as well, I'm starting to work on selling my camera. Rebel SL2 being exchanged for the Panasonic GH5S. Why the S? Because I'm just going off judging the fact that a little more ISO capability will be beneficial for low light videos, but and 4K compatibility anyway with 10 megapixel. So that's what I've been working on. I might choose the GH5 later, but right now is just getting a used camera to replace the Rebel SL2, which has been not just overall the best, because 4K content is kind of needed, as I would like to do a little bit more in-depth color grading. But besides that, I have plans to edit footage for Call Me Seabass, which you guys probably haven't heard of in a while. That would be mainly for crane climbing footage, and I don't know why I haven't quite processed that yet. On the other hand, I do have plans to make a server, a DaVinci Render server, and editing a few videos that way, so I can edit and then send it off to a PC so I can do other videos. Because, I'm still trying to run Depop Labs, and I have a few scripts going for those videos as well. And I just recently put to test my little mini computer made out of a Raspberry Pi B3 Plus, 3B Plus. I apologize, but it's been a long time since I've been back at this, and I finally got a webcam for my PC, did a stream that was pretty successful, but I'm pretty sure I'm just going to keep the name of the editor as it is. I was considering changing that because I wanted the editor to be my more of an adventurous electronics travel. I guess you could say that. But I think I'm going to keep it as the editor. That's what people know me as. In other news, selling the Rebel, I do have a buyer. It took forever, as even a scammer didn't contact me, and I finally got a contact who said, hey, I'd be willing to purchase this. It's like, okay, fine. Finally I can get that into gear, and I need to get in the vibe, more or less, of processing videos quickly and efficiently, because I have a friend who just moved to the middle of Washington that likes to send me content for me to edit, because he cannot handle that all on his own. Big YouTubers can't really handle that either, unless you are the one-man show, which it takes a little bit to get used to. But on the other hand, I'll be using the render server for that as well, because I know some of his videos can range to about 30-40 minutes, which usually take about 28 to 35 minutes to process. Also, 24 hours at 24-hour fitness is still a thing, but I haven't been able to do that. I'm currently also working on what storage solutions I should get for the GH5, whichever one I get, because although I will not be recording fully in 400 meg, because that's a lot of data really fast, I will be processing higher up footage, and I don't think I'm going to need to upgrade my computer. Computer specs, Ryzen 6 core 3.9 gigahertz processor. It's a Ryzen 5 2600 non-X, but anyway, like an RX 570, that's what I use, and there's currently no reason to change that. And I have a few spare computers at home that I've acquired various free means of just hey, I want to get rid of this. Okay, I can use that as a server. I have some spare drives to put together. I'm speaking fast because I'm on caffeine quite a lot, but I will be heading home because I can do editing much better at home, being a 6-core PC that can run at 3.9 gigahertz and not a 4-core 2.6 gigahertz processor, which in my humble opinion, is okay, but will not get the job done in terms of processing power for 4K video, although it does kind of work. But yeah, so Sebastian from Call Me Seabass gave me the GoPro, gave me the footage, and I've yet to edit it. Why? Because I'm still looking for music preferences. I'm still searching for music. And I got college going at the same time. I just looked at my course load and it's like, okay, so I can literally access everything right before the class starts, which is amazing. And I can get ahead, but I'm still going to be creating study documents for every single chapter. Why? Because I don't want to waste my $800. And speaking of that, I did pay $1,600 for community college the first quarter. And it's all online. You can see me expressing my mild frustration with that. And so far as the GH5, it'll be between probably $750 and $800, which I'm perfectly willing to spend. And I'm also thinking about a few off-the-grid projects, as I do travel ocean shores occasionally, and I will most likely be going on trips with Call Me Seabass, which means remote networking and battery solutions, aka car battery and a inverter. Man, those things are just awesome. But yeah, I'll most likely be purchasing that equipment, and I'll be putting some videos, as you might have seen, throughout. Never mind. I'll be currently working on a few other projects as well. I have so many stupid projects. I just recently, for a Phantom Forces video on my gaming channel, I just recently wrote a 50 to 60 line script. And that all in like 45 minutes. And it's just overall been getting pretty insane. I'm trying to keep myself a good distance from the microphone. And, seas raging outside, weather's not being very inclement, but not so good nonetheless. As for college, one class is synchronous, one isn't, so two aren't. So I will have some time. To be honest, I'm just working on creating study documents so I can study later, just in case I just don't have the time or choose not to have the time. For example, video, like Sebastian calls me up, hey, yeah, I need you to do a video, I need you to edit this footage, which mainly doesn't take too much time out of my day considering overall. But the thing is, he's in Federal Way, and when at this time, editor, when the main man calls, you need to edit. So he'll be sending me some footage, a lot more than the crane footage he already sent me, which I've already uploaded to my PC at home. As for the DaVinci Resolve server, that's going to be set up at home too, probably using a network switch and a spare PC to run it. Not looking for overall speed, just looking at somewhere to dump my renders for when I do. The thing is, you need a full DaVinci license, which is $230, $300. Still way better than paying $80 per month for Premiere, which I think is a fair trade. But anyways, hardware video suggestions, please. I'm really needing that right now. I'm not so much out of ideas, it's just I'm trying to implement ideas, have very little time to edit. I have college to manage, which, first and second day should be the hardest, and then once I get things starting to fall into place, I should be good to go, relatively speaking. Didn't realize I had a stash, or lack thereof. But anyways, it's just that Sebastian is currently living in a place 30 miles from me now, and my friend you've seen in the Soylent video is going to be moving too, which, thank goodness, it's within walking distance, and they get a bigger house for all of his brothers, which is pretty nice. And I will be sticking at home, probably be working on converting my room into more of a studio. I'm going to be having a desk. I just had a chair come in, not a gaming chair, by the way. Those have no ventilation on the back, and it's more of a task chair and meant for comfort for working, which I much prefer, since I won't be gaming that much either, even though more speaking gaming chairs are just comfy chairs, comfy as heck. But anyways, this video is going to be dragging on a little bit too much. So let me know if you guys would like to see more of those hiking videos, maybe an off-the-grid video project, as we will be having. Oh, jeez, what's the date? I believe it's like the so it was like the 26th or 25th. But what I'll be doing is I'll be selling the Rebel if that guy responds and isn't a scammer. Pretty soon I'll be getting a one of the GH5s. I have my friend who you've seen maybe 1 or 2 videos too with biking. He's gonna review that. I like to have 2 heads together on this stuff, and we're gonna see which camera would be best, either 20 megapixels with pretty good decency, or 10 megapixels with a little bit higher dynamic range and ISO capability. So it's going to be either of those things. And Coffee Video channel, I'm going to link that below, because I have not sent you guys a link for that, and it's kind of wild because I have not done anything with that as far as one video, which was single coffee review. And for that, I'll also leave my gaming channel, which I haven't told you guys much about. And so far, gaming channel is going to be not the most active, but coffee channel is going to be a little bit more active, as Azrin, guy who met up with me to do that Soylent video, wanted to continue working on that more. And it's kind of hard to do that when you have so much stupid stuff going on. And and side note, me casually passing the living room, Dad has like, I hear a billion projects for me to do, like staircase, stuff like that. And I've also been working on a car, as in a Saab 9.5 Aero, and 2002. So far, it's going to go into a body shop. Dad says we're going to do like the window motors and stuff like that. That's going to be later, I'm assuming, because you don't really need much of window work yet, as it's not necessarily needed, as I won't be rolling my windows down that much. AC is pretty good. And on that relative note, I will be purchasing eventually an inverter and a car battery to start the offline setup videos, which so far will consist of things that can do uploads remotely, which this is just a whole project I'm going to be getting into, and also the portable Raspberry Pi PC I use, which is not really a PC, but just something with a port of Debian, Raspberry's operating system, Raspbian, and that is what I use just to upload the videos to YouTube, which can only be uploaded raw, because you can't really edit that much on a Raspberry Pi, especially a 3B+.